What's up? I hope everybody's doing good. We are live. Live and loud. Let me get the stream pulled up on my other screen here so that we can see the chats. Okay. It's on live chat now. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. So, hope everybody's having a good night. We're just hanging out here, you know, as usual. Had a gig last night. That was fun. And so here we are. We're just going to hang out here tonight. I moved my camera, so I got to remember to look over there. All right. Get this party started. So we got the IYV. We popped a string last time. And so, you know, going to play it now that I got the strings changed. And we're going to just start with a backing track. So let's go. That was fun. Let's do another one. Hey, Yannick, what's up? Hope you're having a good night. Just hanging around, you know. You know the drill. Just chilling out, you know. Playing my IYV Mustang Jaguar thing. I just restrung it. We popped a string, one of the last streams that we did with it. In fact, the last string we did with it. Thank you. Appreciate it. So that was my first set with those new in-ears. So I tried this wireless in-ear system like 2 weeks ago, and it didn't work very good. So I got this new one, and it worked awesome. I was able to actually hear everything, and it's different performing with those things in my ears. Like, I'm wearing these headphones in all these streams now because I got to protect my hearing from the ringing. I had to cut the grass today. I always blare music in my head when I cut the grass, but I couldn't do it today. It was really hard. Turned it up just loud enough to muffle the sound of the lawnmower. That was about it. I was listening to like Metallica or something when I cut the grass. Gives me more energy that way. But yeah, thank you. I think that set went well. People really seemed to like it. You know, we got a lot of compliments after. A guy came up from the crowd, wanted us to play in one of his parties sometime in October. We're actually back at that same venue like 2 or 3 more times this year, maybe 4. It's a really good place. We get a lot of good feedback there, and, you know, I felt like the last show that we did, that one that was at the lake outside, was very bad. Like, I didn't do very well on that show, but this one I think was a bounce back. You know, I had a couple of issues, couple of mistakes, couple of singing problems, but overall I'm pretty happy with how it went. My Kramer has a problem, though, my Striker. It's got a super distortion, but it's quiet. It's like quieter than my Les Paul, which is really weird. So I don't know what the hell's going on with that. I'm going to have to get in there and figure it out, do some testing, you know, using like a plug-in directly to the computer with, you know, some sort of decibel meter or something. See what's going on with that. I love this guitar. It's out of tune though, so let me... Wired in reverse. No, it only has... No... Because it was working fine before. Like, I've used it on a bunch of recordings. I used it for a music video that I made. It's not out yet. It's a song that I wrote, and I actually, like, wrote a music video for it. I used it for that, and it was fine. Like, the volume is great. It sounds like a super distortion. It sounds like it's supposed to. But I don't know what happened. I don't know if something happened to the switch or what. It's in the case out in the other room. I'm gonna have to like open it up and see what happened to it, but it's all messed up. I gotta tune this guitar. It turns my microphone off when I do that, so give me just a sec. That's better. Does that sound good to you out there? It sounds really good in my headphones. But I mean, for the $100 guitar with like $5 pickups, I mean, come on. It's perfect for that kind of music, you know? Anyway, you picked up a telly and you have no idea what it is. What do you mean, no idea what it is? Oh, Oh, like you don't know what it is. I see what you mean. Classic vibe neck on a cheapo body. Well, depends on what you paid for it, but those classic vibe necks are as nice as Fender necks. Seriously. Classic vibe just replaced the cheap Fender. Like, I remember when I got my Fender Strat, I think MSRP for them was $299 or $399. Now they're like $899. So like that, they somehow hoodwinked everybody into buying a nice Squire instead of a Fender. It basically is a Fender. It's just made in Asia. That's what those classic vibes are, and vintage modified. Classic vibe neck on your Bullet Strat. It's funny how many people I've talked to, and including myself, who got one of those Bullet Strats and swapped the neck. Because like everything but the neck is okay on them. Like the pickups aren't bad really. The switch was pretty bad. I had to rewire it. It was like really, it was loose in mine. The bodies are okay. I mean, they're light and thin, but that's okay. And the pickups are pretty good, but the necks, ugh. Yeah, those necks are, the classic vibe necks are awesome. So are the vintage modified, which are basically the same thing as a classic vibe. They just have like those designed by Duncan pickups and a couple of other extras. But I'm very curious on what that body is that you got, because you said it has CTS pots, so I have no idea. I think they might use CTS pots in classic vibe, but yeah, you can't go wrong with that. Mexican ceramics are great. Generally speaking, the ones that come with this classic vibes are good, but it doesn't sound like you have a classic vibe body, so Lord knows where those came from. Mexican ceramics are awesome. Even the Bullet Telecaster pickups are really good. Like, I'm super impressed with them. They sound awesome. I really like those. But yeah, I've been playing this thing because like I really want to get a Mustang, like a real Mustang. And I just can't right now, so I'm playing this. This is just basically a Mustang with a Jaguar tremolo, which I don't like. I don't like the Jaguar tremolo very much. I don't know how to explain it. I like the Mustang tremolo better. Like, there's not very much range on this one. It does stay in tune, though. It stays in tune. I really like this amp patch that I made on this. It's a Line 6 pod. It's just a JCM with nothing. There's literally nothing. No compressor, no noise gate, no reverb, no delay, nothing. I set everything at 7. That's it. That's all I did. And I think it sounds really good. I'm going to check it out right now. I can't have Discord open on my computer while I stream, I found out, because I think that's what caused it to blue screen last time. Because I'm using this pod as my audio device for my computer, and it like freaks out if it gets audio from anything else. I'm going to open the Discord right now. Let's see. What is that body? What is that neck plate? NC89. NC8. This could be... it couldn't be a Fender body, could it? Because NC is a That is a serial number that Fender uses. I'm gonna look this up. Hold on. You may have already done this research, but I'm super curious now because your serial number. Whoa! Stop. NC8. What was that? Yeah, I looked it up in my. Yeah, it could be a real Fender neck, but the other thing is they don't put serial numbers on neck plates though. I just realized. And you're right, the proportions of that don't look. It doesn't look right. Something's wrong with it. Like the horn is too tall. Is a Telecaster's this part is it sloped up like that? I guess it is. Yours looks like that swoop is a little bit too pronounced, and it looks like the low this horn right here is like too tall. I mean, it's not noticeable unless you like really look at it. And then obviously the water slide decal. It looks good though. I mean, I don't think it looks bad. It doesn't look like nobody would know that this isn't a Fender unless they were a guitarist who was buying these. I think that looks really cool. Yeah, I like that. I like what looks like a natural relic job. I don't mind that if it's natural, if it gets dinged against a wall or something. Even if not, if it was on purpose, it looks good. I like the vintage bridge. I think you did good. I don't know what you paid for it, but I'm assuming you got a deal. I like it. That's not bad. That really isn't bad. I mean, you could do a lot worse for that. The IYV Les Paul is really cool. I was going to get one like 8 different times. Every time they came back in stock, I'd add it to my cart, and I could never pull the trigger, and I don't know why. This one was the first IYV I ever saw listed online, and I had to buy it because I'm a Mustang. I'm just going to say I'm a Mustang whore. I love Mustangs. Absolutely love them. And, I can't really afford a Fender Mustang right now, so I grabbed this. And then I saw those green ones. I think it's the color. If it were like Sunburst or something, I might have got it. But it being so green, it was like a weird green. This didn't jive with me, the color. I think there's a blue one now. I saw it on Amazon the other day. I'm pretty sure there's a blue one. But, that's not bad. They were like 108, 109. Something like that. Now they're like 180, which still isn't a bad price. Same with this. I got this one for less than 100. Like when they were first on Amazon. They can't make them anymore though because the headstock shape is too close to Fender, and Fender freaked out, so they had to change the headstock shape. So these all got delisted. Now they have different headstock shape. A Chibson, I have thought about it many times. Like I have to admit, I've been on Ali lately looking at like Mustangs, AliExpress, Mustangs and 5150s and stuff, and I'm just like, I don't know. Like, yeah, they are getting better. The local shop close to me has had a couple for a while. I mean, you can tell by looking at it. Generally, they get some of the stuff wrong, like the where they put the serial and the way that they stamp it in is like not very good. A lot of times the Gibson logo is too tall, like it's too high, almost touching the top of the headstock. But everything else, they do a great job. Like the fretwork was really good on the one I played. The weight felt correct. I'm sure the inside is a travesty, though. Like I'm sure the pickups are terrible, and I'm sure the pots are those dime-sized pots. But for what you pay, I mean, generally you're gonna pay like $300 or so for something like that. You can't even buy an Epiphone for that. The only thing you're getting out of the Epiphone that you're not getting out of that is probably better pots, better pickups, and the Epiphone logo. Whereas on the other one, Lord knows where they're made. It may be made in the Epiphone factory going out the back door for all we know. The quality is getting a lot better. I don't know. I would never have touched one of those things before, but now, considering how expensive Gibsons are, I mean, I like my Gibson Les Paul Studio a lot, but It's not a Gibson, but that's fine with me. I don't really care. But I have looked at those Firebirds, the Chibson Firebirds, I should say. Thought about getting one and reviewing it here because I think people would be interested to know how are they. But then I'm outing myself as somebody who contributed to counterfeiting. I don't want to get in trouble. So. Donated. That's true. I could just say that I obtained it. Even right now on this live stream, I'm not admitting that I'm going to purchase one of these. I've looked at how much they cost. That's what I'll say. Maybe someone will donate one. That'd be cool. Gibsons are way too expensive, I agree. Ridiculously, criminally expensive. You can get a used one for under $1,000, but like the fact that you even have to say it like that is crazy. It shouldn't be that much. And honestly, excuse me, how well you can play, in my opinion, shouldn't have any bearing on how nice your guitar is, one way or the other. If you are starting out or you haven't really dedicated as much time or you're not where you want to be skill-wise, that should not stop you from having a nice guitar if you can get one. It might inspire you to practice and play more. And even if it doesn't, it's just nice to have. There's no problem with that at all. I mean, there are gamers or people who make YouTube videos or people who record music that aren't very good at the games they play, that don't make very good music, and that don't make very good video content, but they own computers with i9s and RTX 4090s. That doesn't mean they shouldn't be allowed to have it or that they don't deserve it. You should get what you can get. There's nothing wrong with that at all. On the other hand, a really, really good player having to play a cheaper instrument, there's nothing wrong with that either. I mean, I saw Three Doors Down about a month ago, and their bass player was playing a Squier for a part of the show. And I thought that was the coolest thing. The Squier, I think it was a Squier P bass. So it doesn't matter how good you are. I mean, any guitar for any person, whatever stage of life you're in, whatever stage of finances you're in. Some of us can't afford a Marshall JCM, so we use a Line 6 pod with a JCM patch. Or we go get a cheap Marshall MG amp. We just do what we can do, with what we got. So don't let your skill level change what you buy. If you want a Gibson and you can get one, or if you want a Chibson and can get one, get it. There's literally no rule against doing that. I encourage you to do it. You deserve it. If guitar is your passion, you deserve it. It's not an easy thing. It's a intimidating, scary road to go down sometimes because you feel like you should be able to do stuff that you can't do. And then you see other people who are so much better than you. Like I watch videos all the time of like Van Halen and Nuno Bettencourt and Steve Vai and Eric Johnson and all these, and Joe Satriani and these guys, and I'm just like, I'll never be able to play like that ever. But instead of wanting to give up, it's just like, you know what? That means get your ass back to your guitar and keep practicing. Keep practicing. I thought that I had hit my peak of playing the guitar back when I was a teenager. And then I only ever got worse from there as time went on. And I listened to old recordings of myself, and I was like, man, I used to be so good. And then I took all this time off and stopped playing for years. And then I started playing again. I was like, wow, I can kind of play like that again. That's awesome. And just recently, I was listening to a recording I made about 2 years ago. Back then, I thought I finally had it back. I was ready to go. And it wasn't very good. Like, to my current standards, to my current ear. It just goes to show you that you always get better. Eventually, everybody has a peak. And eventually, everybody will plateau on their skill level. But I can do stuff right now that I couldn't do 6 months ago. And it's just from repeated practice, from repeated just trying to learn a song that I know or that I hear. And I'm like, that's really good. I love the way that riff is, or I love the way that solo sounds. I want to figure out how he's doing that. And my challenge to myself is, I tell myself this, you're not allowed to watch a video of them performing it. You must listen to it only. Try to figure it out. And once you're confident that you figured it out, then you can watch the video on how they do it. That's a method that works for me. I'm not saying you have to do that or anyone else has to do that, but I would recommend trying that sometimes. Listen to it only. Don't watch. Don't watch their hands. Listen only. And then figure it out. And then you can watch them and correct it, you know. Main style music I listen to right now, and for most of the time I've listened to music, it's this kind of stuff. If it came on a tape, I listened to it. 80s kind of 80s rock and metal. So people wouldn't consider that to be metal, but Van Halen, Rat. I like the band Stryper. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but their singer is absolutely incredible. Their guitar is really good too. I've always loved AC/DC. They've been my favorite. They were my favorite band like my whole life. Them and Van Halen are my two favorites. Hair metal, yeah. I love hair metal. It's like my favorite kind of music for sure. Exception, AC/DC. Like I said, they were like my first rock band with Van Halen. They went hand in hand in my mind. And they always have, even though they're very different from each other. But I love that Angus and Malcolm just plug into a Marshall with nothing, no effects, nothing, and then they just go. There's nothing. No tricks, nothing. You can't hide behind anything with that music that they play. They just turn it up all the way. I love it. It's awesome. But yeah, that's the kind of music I like. And then outside of that vein, I absolutely love Nirvana. I really like Soundgarden. I've been listening to a lot of Extreme lately. That new album that they just released is really good. I've been listening to Mammoth, Wolfgang Van Halen. I have to say, I'm not as blown away by his new music as other people are. It sounds too modern and processed to me. He's a better musician than I'll ever be. I'll say that. He has a great voice. He's very good at playing the guitar and all those instruments. It's incredibly impressive what he's able to do. But when you take it down, break it down to a song, and just listen to it as a song, to me, it just sounds like every other rock song out there. Like modern rock that's out there. So I'm not putting him down, and I think he's very talented, but, you know, so I've listened to that. I also just really like thrash. So Metallica, Megadeth, that kind of stuff. Hope that answers your question. Yep, that Extreme. They released a new album. If you haven't listened to it yet or watched it, go watch the music video for the song Rise. It just came out a few months ago. The solo in that song blew me away. Like, it's just... Nuno Bettencourt, the guitarist for Extreme, said that it was his tribute to Eddie Van Halen before I even heard the song. And so I was like, all right, well, now I got to listen to it. And oh my God, that solo is unbelievable. It is absolutely unbelievable. The song itself is the same as what I just said about Wolfgang. It's just like every other rock song that's come out lately. There's no super like catchy verse. The lyrics aren't super ingenious or anything. The chorus isn't very memorable, in my opinion. Now, it's just my opinion. The music, the guitar behind it is great. The rest of it is just kind of but then it comes to the solo and it redeems it. The whole album is worth listening to just for that song. There are quite a few good songs on there. But that one, Rise. I listen to that song all the time. In fact, I was in the car with my wife the other day, and the song came on, and we were talking as we do, and it got to the solo, and she was talking, and I said, "Hold on, honey, Nuno's speaking. Hold on a second." And we listened to the solo, and then she looked over at me, and she's like, "Okay." Like, you know, she understands. It was funny. I felt like an asshole, but, you know, if it was super important, I would not have said that to her. It's just a little joke. But yeah, check it out. I think you'll like it. well, I guess we should play a song. I was going to sing a song too, but, there's not very many people online. You guys are going to have to make it worth my while and get more people to start watching. I'm kidding. I will sing it later, even if nobody else joins. I'll sing it just for you guys. But that also means I'm going to sing it on another stream when there's more people too. I don't know what this is. Here we go. Feeling this, I'm gonna change it. This backing track doesn't go anywhere. You know what I mean? Just kind of sits there. I gotta make sure that I'm gonna pick it. There we go. This'll work. That's weird. It starts with a dude playing. All right, now I'll play. when that happens. It just ends. So the tone, you asked. So the tone is just a JCM. Everything's at 7. There is reverb and delay. Reverb is just about 20%. Delay's got 1 repeat in it. And I've got a little bit of a phaser. It's at like 2 out of 10. Okay, let's do a song. I have no idea how this is going to go, so apologies in advance if it's not good. Here we go. Wow, that was horrible. My voice cracked and I forgot the words and I played the wrong thing and my string got stuck under my pickup. You can't win them all. You can't win them all. Anyway. Mustang needs a kill switch. Yeah, that'd be cool. Whoa. That was weird. Hello. Why is it echoing? That's weird. Anyway, I guess that's grunge, right? Cracking your voice and playing bad. I gotta tune my guitar. Hold on. Okay, it's good. Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yannick, I know the song, like, I've listened to it a million times, but I don't know how to play it. I know the beginning is like... I'm kidding. He uses, like, some kind of a weird, like, alternating switch that turns it on and off. Oh, so you said that thing about the kill switch. So you kind of have a kill switch, because this has an on-off switch. So, look, you could go... You'd probably break the switch doing that, but... I have a kill switch on my Wolfgang, which is currently covered in candle wax. I haven't told that story. So I was at band rehearsal, and there was a candle burning, like a scented candle, and my Wolfgang was leaning against the piano, and the candle fell off the piano and poured wax all over it. The whole back of it, the headstock, the tuners, covered in wax. So that sucks. It didn't ruin anything. It just, got to peel wax off of stuff. Okay, I want to play a song. Give me just a sec, I'll have it up. I want it with no... Hold on just a second. Here we go. Alright, we're gonna start that over from the beginning. You ready? Here we go. They call me the breeze. I keep blowing down the road. They call me the breeze. I keep blowing down the road. I ain't got me nobody. I don't care me no low. Change in the weather, ain't no change in me. So that weird sound you were hearing, one of the rails came up on my pickup and the string was getting stuck under it. I'm gonna have to like get a piece of tape and cover it or something. Not good. Anyway, that was fun. I love playing that kind of stuff. It's my favorite kind of music to play is the blues. Let's see if I can find another song for us to play. I'm feeling it right now. I don't know what this song is. Let's see. I know what this is. Thrill is gone. Thrill is gone away. Thrill is gone, baby. Thrill is gone away. Even though you done me wrong, you'll be sorry someday. Thrill is gone. Thrill is gone away. That's a fun one, too. Okay, I'm going to get a different guitar because I am sick of that string getting stuck under the pickup. Do you guys have a request for a guitar that you want me to play now? If not, I'm just going to go grab a random one. I'm not familiar with that, R.L. Burnside. I'm sorry. Guys got a request for a guitar? If not, I'm just going to grab a random one. Random one it is. I'll be right back. Sorry if it buzzes. Give me a sec. I'll be right back. All right, so we were talking about the bullet strat, right? Here's my bullet strat. This is the hardtail. And I did put that COB 2008 neck on it. We were talking about that a second ago. So here it is. I'm going to tune it real quick. Okay. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. So I do want to say real quick, before we play another song, the Bullet Hardtail is not a bad guitar. It just has a really bad neck. Everything else about it's pretty good. I really like the way the pickups sound. Anyway, let's play another song. Going on, things was too hot down there, couldn't stay very long. Hey, hey, it was the roughest place I've ever been. Too hot down there, 7 to 11 every night. Really makes life a drag. I don't think that's right. I fill up in the best of food. Do what I could, yeah. Baby, since I've been loving you, yeah, I'm about to lose my worried mind. Everybody try to tell me you didn't mean me no good. I tell you I tried. Lord, I really did the best I could. I've been working from 7 to 11 every night. It really makes a life a drag. A drag. Whoa, yeah. Baby, since I've been loving you, I'm about to lose my worried mind. Oh, yeah. Lord, yeah, right. Since I've been crying, oh baby, oh darling, all my tears they fell like rain. I've been working from 7 to 11 every night, and it really makes life a drag. Baby, since I've been loving you, yeah, I'm about to lose my worried mind. Oh yeah, alright. I did not expect to play that whole thing, but I tell you what, sometimes the slow blues comes on and I kind of forget what's going on. So, sorry. Okay, case in point, Yannick, to what I was saying to you earlier. This guitar is like $100, okay? So, if all you can get is something like this, anybody listening, now or in the future, it's fine. Don't need to go spend $5,000 on something. It doesn't matter where you're at. New, been playing for a long time. This guitar is like $100, okay? Given, I put a different neck on it, but still. This is a 2020 hardtail bullet Strat. Okay? The fret ends were really sharp on it, so I put a 2008 neck on it. You can get a 2008 bullet Strat that this came off of, which has just as good electronics, pickups, and everything else, for like $80. Go to Facebook Marketplace right now and look up Squier Strat. You will find one for less than $100. My point is, don't let anybody tell you that your stuff isn't good enough. Don't tell yourself that you can't play because you have a cheap guitar. You can. And just keep getting better. Eventually you'll get something better. But, yeah, I don't know. Playing in B and singing in B, blues in B, that's just special for me. It's always had a connection for me playing that kind of stuff. So, yeah, not the HT. It's the same guitar, though. The thing I like about the hardtail is that it's not... I do wish it were a real hardtail and went through the body, but it doesn't. It actually just comes out right here. But the thing about that is it makes the string super easy to bend. And, like, just now, while I was playing that, I kept finding myself just going for it. It's easier to do that when you have the strings right there. But yeah, these things, they're a value. They're a value. I love them. You can get that great Strat sound. These are stock pickups in like $100 guitar. I mean, listen to this. Let's turn the effects off. I mean, that's stock. It shouldn't be that good. Now, I don't gig with this guitar, and it's not because, oh no, it's a Squier. No, it doesn't have a trem. I don't like that. I need a trem. For most of the songs we play, I am a trem whore. I use it too often. I'm always grabbing it and doing stuff with it. This guitar, I'm always trying, oh, what the hell? What? I do it with my Les Paul, too. I'll play something, and I'll be like, oh, damn it. There's nothing. So, you know, I'm doing this kind of thing, and I'm like, oh, man, I hope I don't snap my neck. But I'm like, hey, that's rock and roll. People have been doing that forever. So I haven't changed the strings on this guitar in like a year, which is a long, long time. I usually change all the strings on all my guitars once a month. I have reminders set. Like, I'm super militant about doing that. But this one was not on there. So these strings have been on here for like a year. And about halfway through that song that I was playing before, just now, I was like, I'm going to break a string. Well, it's overdue. Who cares? Just go for it. And then it didn't break. So now what's going to happen is the next time I pick up this guitar to play for you, I'm going to be like 1 minute into a song, and then it's going to break. Because of what I just did to it. Speaking of which, after all that, let's see if it's in tune. There's no way it's in tune, right? Are you kidding me? This is remarkable. After all that. It's slightly out, but holy cow. I'm telling you guys. Find you like a 2008 one of these, if you can. If you can't, go try it yourself, but go look at the Squier Sonic Strat. Go try it yourself. Feel like this. If it's sharp at all, or it cuts you, no. Oh, and do it on the other side too. If it doesn't cut you, it's a great value. Okay, well, it's like past 3 o'clock in the morning here, so I think I'm going to call it a night. I really had fun doing this with you guys. I look forward to these. I'm going to get to the point where I schedule them, and we do them on a schedule, on a certain day of the week or something. For right now, it's going to be random, but yeah, I really appreciate you guys who joined and stuck around. I had a lot of fun playing with you guys, talking to you guys. I'll be back here. It may be tomorrow. I don't really know. Maybe tomorrow, but we'll see. My next ear appointment is Tuesday. For those of you who know what's going on with me, I have my second ear injection on Tuesday. I'm going to make a video kind of with an update on how that's going. But I might do a stream tomorrow night because it will be the night before, and I may not be able to stream for a day or two after I get that injection. So we'll see. All right, guys. Have a good night. I had a good time. Keep on rocking. If you want to talk more, join the Discord. The link is in the description, or it will be in a minute. And we can talk more. Thanks, guys. See ya. Good night. Keep on rocking.